Time and temperature brought to you by East Charlotte Nissan.
Today on Katie. Katie turns superfan for two of her all-time favorites. Oscar-winning legend, Sally Field.
I actually know every word to the Gidget theme song.
Sally's most memorable moments.
From Pasadena, California.
I was shy. You could see how shy I was.
And beloved leading men.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Tommy.
He says you were the love of his life.
He's like the world's great kisser of all time.
Really?
Then, the last great American voice, 17-time Grammy winner, Tony Bennett. Plus, Tony's special duet for Katie. From Studio One in New York, it's Katie.
Right. Hi, thank you. So great to have you. Have a seat. Nice to be with you all. And we have a fantastic show for everyone today. Two of my favorite people in the world are here. Everyone, of course, loves Tony Bennett, and he'll perform a song from his new album, Viva Duets. But first, I am so excited to be able to talk with Sally Field. I always hate it when people say to me, I grew up watching you, but I did. I grew up watching Sally Field, and I absolutely adore her. She's now starring in the new movie Lincoln, and once again gives an amazing performance. I'm a bit of a history buff, by the way. My husband was a Civil War reenactor. I know, weird, right? So just imagine how excited my daughters and I are about this movie. The truth is, Sally Field has been a star for 26 years now, and get it? Little Gettysburg Address, and she is still going strong. Take a look. If you look up America's Sweetheart in the dictionary, you'll probably find a picture of Sally Field. She made a splash as the quintessential California girl in the 60s cult classic TV show, Gidget.
You are kind of cute.
But her career really took off as the Flying Nun.
It's Mr. Betrayal.
With her girl-next-door looks and disarming charm, Field became a popular star. But she showed she wasn't just destined for sitcoms when she took on a much darker role in the made-for-TV movie Sybil, a performance earning her first Emmy.
I hated her so much.
And it was just the beginning. She soon became one of Hollywood's leading ladies. She won 2 Oscars for Best Actress. First for her role as a union organizer in Norma Ray,
I'm staying put.
and as a gutsy widow in Places in the Heart. She had plenty of fun playing Burt Reynolds' sidekick in 2 Smokey and the Bandit films.
I want to jump a house. I want to jump something.
Oh, jump me.
She was also his leading lady in real life. Sally moved on to some memorable roles in films like Steel Magnolias,
It's not supposed to happen this way.
Forrest Gump,
You're the same as everybody else.
and Mrs. Doubtfire.
What the hell is going on around here?
And at 66, she's back, getting Oscar buzz once again, this time for bringing Mary Todd Lincoln to the big screen in Steven Spielberg's epic new movie about our 16th president.
No one's ever been loved so much by the people. Don't waste that power.
What a career. So please join me in welcoming Sally Field. To have you. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Sally. Thanks for coming to our little show.
I'm very glad to be here.
So thrilled to have you. And let's start by talking about this new movie, Lincoln, because I think you're fantastic in it, and it's such a great movie. But you had to really fight to get this part. Steven Spielberg kind of said, don't call us, we'll call you to you, right?
Well, no, it's, and this is like a long story, so when you've heard enough, you'll go, okay, I got it.
I'll just go like this. That'll be our symbol.
Well, it is reasonable that Steven would be thinking, perhaps I wasn't right. First of all, I'm 10 years older than Daniel. 20 years older than Mary now. And Lincoln was 10 years older than Mary. So automatically you'd wonder, is this the right person? Can we do this? And I thought he might be wanting someone who the audiences didn't know. And then I thought, no, no. It can't be that. There was only one person to play it. It was me, and I had to finally just say, come on, Field, own your own history, for God's sakes. And
what did he, was he receptive initially?
No, he said, I just don't see it, Sal. I'm sorry, I just don't see the two of you together. I saw you with this other actor, I just don't see it, I don't see it. And I said, Stephen, you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong. And he's such a wonderful man, Stephen is, and he's very generous and loving, and he was like, I just don't, and I said, then test me. And he did, he tested me, and I did the first test, and I knew it didn't really take flight. It was all right, but it wasn't, I didn't soar. And he called me the next day and said, Sal, I just, I put you together with footage of Daniel, and said, it's just not gonna, I just can't make it work. And I thought Stephen was gonna cry, and I was like, it's all right, it's okay, fine, I'll be all right, The good thing is I didn't kill myself that day, because he called me the next day and said he couldn't get it off of his mind, and he had walked around the lot thinking about it, and then he spoke to Daniel. And I went, gulp. So wow. Daniel flew in from Ireland to Los Angeles for the day so that he and I could test. We met as Mr. Lincoln and Molly, that's what he called her. And then we did some sort of weird improv that neither one of us remember for about an hour. He and I were just behaving, we just were. And I said thank you very much to them and said I owe you a lot just to give me this moment, and I really am grateful. And I got in my car and drove home, and right before I got home my cell phone rang, and it was Stephen and Daniel together saying, will you be our Molly? Aww. So yeah, and it was a journey that needed to be done.
Because we're all starting to cry listening to the story.
I didn't until really I hung up. I just kept saying over and over again, and Daniel responded like, oh boy, I know what that feels like. I just kept going, oh my God, oh my God. I just kept saying over and over and over again.
How nice of Daniel Day-Lewis to come from Ireland to Los Angeles to be with you. He must have seen something in that
he's both audition, and
right?
Stephen did.
I wanted to ask you about Mary Todd Lincoln, because as I mentioned, I'm a bit of a history buff, and I know that she was a fascinating and pretty troubled woman, wasn't she? You read 5 books, I understand, Sally, in preparing for this role or during the course of the movie. And tell us a little bit about her, because she had a lot of tragedy in her life.
She had a lot of tragedy. Most everyone at the time, during that time, had a lot of tragedy in their lives. It was the Civil War, but even beyond that, disease were rampant, and women died in childbirth, and women had, multitudes of children, and because they were hoping a few of them would live.
Right.
And so that everyone faced terrible tragedies, but Mr. Lincoln and Mary had darknesses in both of them. As you know, knowing some of history, he too had very dark, melancholy sides. And so I think early on they found a sort of kindred space in each other of this darkness. And she also had a dynamic personality. They say about her that everything she ever felt showed all over her face all the time. And what she said about him is he showed the least what he felt the most. Now, I think most of the ladies here can recognize that situation, whereas she was always saying, where are you? Why won't you be in the room with me? And he held it inside. So in some ways, she was his emotional side.
So they were yin-yangish in that way.
They were yin-yangish, and she was incredibly important in his life.
Now, for this role, I understand they had you gain 25 pounds, which to me sounds like heaven. Like, eat whatever you want, because, by the way, you've obviously dropped that weight, Missy. Yeah. But why did they, because, well, I think we saw her photograph. She was a fairly...
She was round.
Yeah.
But, they didn't ask me to do anything.
Oh, they didn't?
Stephen was amazing.
So you volunteered?
Of course, yes. I mean, you saw the pictures. We all of us who worked on the film did everything we possibly could. Certainly, Daniel Day-Lewis.
He does become Abraham Lincoln.
He does.
It is uncanny.
People talk about the fact that I gained 25 pounds. I think he lost 25 pounds. We were like, you know, Jack's brat could eat no fat.
His wife could eat no lean.
You got it. And I was just like, and he ate nothing because he gets, as the movie goes on, he gets thinner and thinner and thinner.
Daniel wrote you text messages and kind of kept in sort of the language of the time.
Well,
I have a quote. He says, "I know that the task before you is an enormous one, but my task is you, and that is my sole task. And so, therefore, I will be on your porch tomorrow. Your choice is to let me in or not. And whether you let me in or not, I will not go. In lieu of a carriage, find your shoes." What the hell does that mean?
It was made total sense. It isn't even as weird as you think. When we had about 8 months, knowing that I was then married, he was becoming Lincoln. He was in Ireland. I was in Los Angeles. It wasn't like we could say we'll meet for a cup of coffee and sort of get to know each other. We knew we'd have no rehearsal time whatsoever. We shot on a very tight budget, a very tight shooting schedule, and we would have to hit the ground running. And of course, it was trying to be of the era because it was what we were trying to do and own that kind of language.
He's such a talent, isn't he?
As a human, he's as towering a human as he is an artist.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Sally Field, the early years.
Oh, dear.
Starting with Gidget.
Oh, gosh.
And the Flying Nun.
All right.
That's
okay,
right after this.
Still to come.
Is there anybody play the piano? Oh, you do? Oh, great. Come on up. Do you happen to know the theme song to Gidget?
I do know that, yeah.
Oh, you happen to know the theme song to Gidget? Really?
That's later.
I believe you when you insist that amending the Constitution and abolishing slavery will end this war. And since you are sending my son into the war, woe unto you if you fail to pass the amendment.
That was a clip of Sally Field playing Mary Todd Lincoln from the movie Lincoln, currently in theaters. And Sally, you know, I look at you now, and then I think of you have had such an enduring career, which I think is such a testament to your talent, because I think it's hard to have this kind of staying power through the years. And I was telling Sally during the commercial, my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, Carrie, and I, last night actually watched an episode of Gidget on YouTube, because I was studying and doing, you know, reading all about your great work, and she said, you know, what did Sally Field do at the very beginning? And I said, well, she did this show called Gidget, and she said, what did she look like? I said, pretty much the same. Oh. You know, really, really cute. You were discovered, you were in an acting class, is that right, in LA? And somebody saw you and said, hey, we're doing this
Well,
show?
it kind of was that. I found this workshop sort of thing that was located at old Columbia Studios. It was just awful. Oh, I shouldn't say that. They're probably listening. Anyway, it wasn't as good as I would have liked. It wasn't as good as my drama classes in high school, for goodness sakes. Anyway, my brother was coming to pick me up, and the casting guy came by from Screen Gems, which was affiliated, and said, would I like to come on an interview the next day? And I did. I went on an interview. I had no idea what it was. And, you know, I had my bathing suit in my bag, and I was going to go to the beach afterwards so the day wouldn't be a total waste. And then I read, and I had to keep coming back and read and read and read and read, and it was for a television series called Gidget.
That must have been a pretty heady experience. I mean, all of a sudden you go from taking an acting class and concentrating on the beach to being the star of a sitcom on television that was a big hit, right?
It was a big hit. It was a big hit. You know, it was a medium-sized head adjustment. I think it was a head adjustment that I wouldn't allow myself to feel. But the good news is that I had been in nothing but the drama department in junior high and high school. So it was like I was still in a big old drama department, except now, wait a minute, it went out on the air? What? And people were recognizing me. Wait a minute, what is that? You know, and people were not all my age, and they were.
Was it fun though, doing that show?
It was tremendous fun. There wasn't a moment of it that I didn't love.
We dug up a clip of you, Sally, from our archives.
Oh, God.
Let's take a look.
It's the dating game. She's the star of the long-running and tremendously popular television series Gidget. From Pasadena, California, please join us in welcoming Sally Field. Hi, Sal. How are you? Oh, You look kind of perky tonight.
How funny was that? Now, I have to ask you. Well, first of all, did you have a good date from that?
No, I refused to go.
You did?
I was shy. You could see how shy I was. I didn't even want to be there saying hi to that guy.
But Jim Lang? Come on, we love Jim Lang.
I know he was nice, but God, I didn't want to be there.
I noticed he called you the P word. Perky.
Perky, yeah.
Do you hate that as much as I do?
Do you get that, Katie?
I do. In fact, a lot of people even tell me I remind them of you, which I take as a great compliment.
Wow,
but
I take that as a compliment.
I find perky a slightly annoying word because I find it very...
condescending.
Yes, thank you.
That's
patronizing.
It is very.
All of the above.
Yeah.
It's better than nasty, bitchy.
I kind of like nasty, bitchy.
You do? Because it's so against type?
I don't know. I guess at 66, I get to like nasty, bitchy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, speaking of 66, why do you think you have been able to have work consistently, you know, today and throughout sort of every stage of your life?
I don't know that. It doesn't feel like I have. I feel like my life in this show business world has been a sort of an ebb and flow kind of thing. There'd be times when I felt like I was just absolutely headed as fast as I could on a sled to the fiery rocks at the bottom, you know, just right down, just a lead weight, and had no place to go. So I feel my career has been like this instead of like an even plateau and you sort of sail along.
But maybe that is what has made it last, because if you go here, there's nowhere to go but there.
I don't know, except can't you just go like this all the time?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. And meanwhile, you have three sons. I can't believe your oldest son is 43 years old. That is crazy to me.
Oh, Peter, I hope, I don't feel Peter is actually watching TV right now, but he's going to hate it that we said his age.
But then, so he's 43, and then your two other sons.
Well, Eli's 40.
And Sam?
Like that, is 24.
And you were recently honored by the Human Rights Campaign for your support of gay issues. Your son Sam is gay, and he came out when he was 20, right?
He was 21.
Yeah. We have actually a clip from the speech you gave that night. Let's take a look at that.
You all have fought for him as surely as if you were one of his parents. You've changed and are changing the lives of little boys and girls who realize somewhere along the way they're just different from their other brothers and sisters. And so the what?
What did it mean for you, Sally, to be honored that way?
Well, it meant a lot, because not because necessarily of that speech, but Sam, my heart, my son, who I adore with every fiber of my body, he wanted me to do it. He works for the Human Rights Campaign, and they've been wanting me to do that. I felt full well that I had an important story to tell, and for women and families to hear all over this country who don't accept their children for who they are, for how nature intended them to be. It wasn't their choice. Nature intended Sam to be that way, and it was not an easy thing for him to embrace. And I think I had a story to tell in a mother who raised a child who is this amazing human being who wanted to be just like his brothers. Why can't I be just like my brothers? Please don't make me different than my brothers. And yet nature made him different than his brothers. And that's the story I had to tell. And so the whole thing was very, very important to me.
Well, you're obviously very proud of him, and I'm sure he feels the same way about you. We'll be back with some final thoughts with Sally Field right after this.
Still to come, Tony Bennett on Sinatra, Amy Winehouse, and Lady Gaga in the buff? That's later.
Always taken such such a lively, even prosecutorial interest in my household accounts.
Your household accounts have always been so interesting.
Yes, thank you.
That was Sally Field in the new movie Lincoln. So, Sally, before you go, we thought we'd play a quick little name game with you because you've had so many fabulous leading men through the years, and I just want you to tell us just give us a quick thought on each one. Okay, Lucky Dog. You got to co-star with Paul Newman in Absence of Malice.
I did.
What? Paul Newman?
Oh. Boy. Literally, it's like silence because that he's just a once in a lifetime. You don't, and he's just a diamond, an absolute diamond.
I love that movie, by the way.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I was so lucky that I got to be with him. He's just a remarkable human.
James Garner in Murphy's Romance.
Oh, Jimmy. Well, you know, I could say all sorts of things about Jimmy and things you know. I mean, he's such a gentleman and he's so funny and he's so great to be around. But this is just like, you know, mostly just girls here. He's like the world's great kisser of all time.
Really? Excellent.
Yes, because I had no idea. We just were doing this movie and we were supposed to be, but I didn't. You know, usually you'd have a movie kiss. I think he'd had enough of my like chattering and carrying on. And he had this scene where he came around the thing. He was just supposed to grab me and kiss me, and we shot it. We rehearsed it. It was nothing, and then we really shot it. And he really grabbed me, and I was like, okay, fine, take two. You know?
Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump.
Oh, Tommy.
Oh, look, everyone goes, oh.
Tommy. Well, Tommy is, first of all, Tommy's brilliant, and Tommy's endlessly talented. And you really can't say enough about who he is as an artist and a father and a husband and a friend. A part of my heart is just his forever and ever and ever, and I think he knows it. And then every time I see him, he'll yell across the room or wherever, Mama! Oh.
Mama, go.
Tom, it's over with. Let me just say this to you.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, pass on that. No.
He says you were the love of his life,
well,
Sally.
that's just too bad, isn't it?
Okay. I don't know where to go from there. Robin Williams.
Well, you know, Robin is again, you know, the thing about Robin is he's so funny and so facile and so quick and so, you know, just going, that what you really don't know is that he doesn't do that all the time, and you really sit and talk to him, and he's so thoughtful and such a good, loving, caring father and man. And you know, he talks about the things we talk about, you know, about the earth and about, you know, government and about politics. I mean, he's really a decent, loving, so funny. And yes, come on, Robin, just stick to the script, will you?
And finally, Tommy Lee Jones. You were in Backwards with him, and also he plays Thaddeus Stevens and does a remarkable job in Lincoln.
Look how cute you know, he's a remarkable performer, and he's brilliant in this movie. And we met in various times of our lives. We met in a time when he was in a tumultuous time of his life, and we weren't great friends. And then subsequently through the years, it's changed. I have great admiration for him, and he was so throughout this whole experience.
He's an incredible actor.
He's an incredible actor, and just he's such a dynamic human, who he is, what he brings in, and he's like scary.
Well, congratulations on your incredible work as Mary Todd Lincoln in the movie Lincoln.
Thank you.
I know people are very excited to see you and in the movie itself. And thanks for coming by, because as you know, I'm such a big fan. In fact, I'm such a fan, I actually know every word to the Gidget theme song. Isn't that scary? I'm such a loser.
That is very scary, Katie.
And in fact, is there anybody play the piano here? Anybody play? Oh, you do? Yeah. Oh, great. Come on up. Do you happen to know the theme song to Gidget?
I do know that, yeah.
Oh, you happen to know the theme song to Gidget? Really? Sally, do you know the words to Gidget?
Sort of. I think it would be weird if I did.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think you should give it a try, don't you? Oh, isn't that convenient? If you're about angels being real. You're gonna help me out here. I can't arrange to change any doubt that you feel. Sorry, I can't really sing. Wait till you see my Gidget. You'll want her for your Valentine. You're gonna say she's all that you adore, but stay away. Gidget is spoken for. You're gonna find that Gidget is mine. That's impressive, isn't it? Loser! Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Sally Field.
Next, one of the greatest singers of all time, Tony Bennett, here in our studio. That's next.
Welcome back, everyone. From one ageless legend to another, my next guest was once told by a teacher when he was a little boy that he sang like a crow. After 6 decades in the business, 17 Grammys, and 50 million albums sold, I'd say that teacher had to eat a little crow. He has a new book out, a new album called Viva Duets, and a velvet voice that can still fly us to the moon. Please welcome my friend, Mr. Tony Bennett. They love him some Tony Bennett. How are you, Tony?
I'm fine, thank you.
So nice to see you.
It's very nice to be here.
I can't believe that teacher said you sounded like a crow. That was obnoxious. And did you?
Well, I just had a tone-deaf teacher.
Let me talk to you about your new book, Life is a Gift, The Zen of Tony Bennett. I know it comes out tomorrow. You're also still touring. Did you ever imagine you'd be going this strong, Tony, at 86? You really are a force of nature.
Well, I'm very fortunate. I have very good health, and I love what I do. So I'm blessed with good luck.
You weren't ever going to record I Left My Heart in San Francisco, but somebody found the song in a drawer somewhere.
Well, that's Ralph Sharon. He was a great accompanist that I had with me.
That song, I think, probably changed everything for you in a way. And,
right.
and there was a person who changed everything, and that was Frank Sinatra, who's one of your biggest early boosters. Do you ever wonder, Tony, what would have happened to you career-wise if Frank hadn't really been in your corner?
Well, he changed my life, you know, when he came out with that statement in the magazine. They did a kind of an autobiographical article on him, and he mentioned all the singers, but he said for my money that I was his favorite, and all of his fans came to see me, and ever since then I've been sold out all over the world. Were
you guys close friends?
We were very close, but I never hung out with the Rat Pack. You know, they were good friends of mine.
Why not? You were cool enough to be in the Rat Pack, Tony.
No, they were crazy.
Maybe you were too smart to be hanging out with the Rat Pack, right?
I think so.
Let's talk, you know, one of the things, your career has endured for so long, and one of the reasons is this whole phenomenon of your duets album.
Right.
They have been phenomenally successful. And I know that on a previous album, I guess your second duets album, you performed with Amy Winehouse, and you were deeply, deeply affected by her passing. Before we talk about that, let's listen to you and Amy singing Body and Soul.
Okay.
I know you fell in love with Amy Winehouse while you were recording that.
You know, of all the contemporary singers, she was the best one. She was a great jazz singer. She was into liquor and drugs too much, and I wanted to tell her to stop, you know, because she was so important. She's of all the young singers, she was the best.
I know that in this book, Tony, it's really sort of the lessons you've learned and the people who have helped you along the way, but there are also there are also some personal revelations in this book, and a bombshell revelation is that you had an issue with drugs, especially in the late 70s. What kind of drugs were you abusing, and how were you able to quit?
Well, Jack Rollins, he's Woody Allen's manager, and he told me that he used to manage Lenny Bruce, who was a great social critic and phenomenal, but he was on drugs. And I said to him, how do you feel about him? He said, well, he sinned against his talent. And when I heard that sentence, it changed my life. I just dropped everything.
What kind of drugs were you abusing?
Cocaine and marijuana, you know, but nothing more than that. But it was just the realization that it was incorrect for me to mess around with my health.
And that you could lose everything if you didn't stop.
Right, exactly.
Well, we're glad you kicked the habit.
Thank you.
And that you're here and healthy and going strong. And when we come back, we're going to talk about your love of painting and drawing and the time that you saw Lady Gaga naked. Is that a good tease or what?
You know,
That's right after this. Hold that thought.
One of the ladies said, Lauren's been hit by a plane propeller.
The unforgettable story of Lauren Scruggs.
Some days I'll wake up and think, I cannot believe this happened.
Plus, reality stars Bill and Juliana Rancic on the next all-new Katie.
And we are back with Tony Bennett. You know, one thing I think a lot of people know, but some people don't, is that you're an extraordinary artist. And you paint and draw regularly. When did you become so passionate about that, Tony?
Right from the very beginning. You know, I have a beautiful Italian-American family I grew up with, and all my relatives told me as a young child, they said, you know, you really sing wonderful, and we love the way you paint those flowers. And that, I remember very clearly, that was a moment of great passion in my life. I said, my family's telling me this is who I am. And it created a passion for me to sing and paint for the rest of my life.
You're so talented. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. I own a couple of Antonio Benedettos, which is how you sign your paintings. Original works. That's one of them that I have hanging up in my home. And it's such a treat for me to have these, Tony. And you painted, actually you sketched, I guess, Lady Gaga in her birthday suit. Seriously?
It hits me very funny that everybody is kind of shocked about it because it's Lady Gaga nude. But, I mean, actually, you know, Michelangelo did the Sistine Chapel, and everybody's nude in the whole, you know, let's get over it. I mean, it's real.
Well, I think it's a great, did she like it? Was she happy with it?
Yeah, she's a good friend.
Yeah, she's a
very talented person.
Incredibly talented.
Yeah, really.
And in addition to loving art yourself, you also have been such a huge proponent of arts education. And you have a whole organization called Exploring the Arts, and I know that you have art classes in 14 different New York City public schools, including the Jewel in Your Crown. It's the Frank Sinatra, of course, School of the Arts in Queens. So we actually went there.
I heard about that.
And took a look around, and here's what we found.
Oh, great.
Tony Bennett, he's given us this beautiful home. He's just given a lot of people opportunities they thought they never could have.
We have 6 majors: film, fine art, dance, drama, instrumental, and vocal music.
It's freedom. You can be yourself. You don't have to worry about what others think.
You just need to let your heart sing, or your heart dance, or your heart speak.
I never thought I would like opera before I came to this school.
Dun, 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 dun.
When Tony comes into this school, it's like Justin Bieber's walked in.
It really is. Thank you for everything.
We try to shield him to make sure that they don't run right over him because they do get that excited.
We love you, Tony Bennett.
If that doesn't show, you know, Bravo, by the way. And if that doesn't show the importance of arts education in schools, I don't know what does. So it's such a wonderful thing you're doing.
You know, my wife and I, she was a teacher, and we started this, and our dream is to actually go across the whole United States and have more performing artists than anywhere in the world.
Meanwhile, you have touched so many lives in your career, and I received a tweet from a Minnesota mom who wrote to me, "Please help. My 21-year-old son is joining the Army January 8th and so wants to see Tony Bennett in New York. Can you help me in any way?" Well, in the spirit of what we call YOLO around here, you only live once, we did. Jacob Powers and his mom, Carol Henderson, are here today. And Jacob, I wanted to give you an opportunity to come up and say hi to one of your idols, Tony Bennett. So come on up, Jacob.
Very nice to meet you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now, isn't this nice? I was so excited to be able, here, have a seat, Jacob. I was so excited to be able to do that. And your mom is so cute. And it's a complete surprise, right, Jacob?
Yes.
And you must have suspected something when they put a microphone on you.
There were hints along the way, you know, I just kind of went with it.
But you got to see Tony perform this weekend, yesterday.
Yes.
And how did you become such a huge Tony Bennett fan?
Well, I just kind of came along it one day. You know, iTunes, they have all kinds of access and whatnot. And yeah, I just figured I'd listen to Tony Bennett's music here, and it just has so much life to it, you know.
So you're joining the Army on January 8th, is that right? And so we wish you the very best. Tony, any advice for this young man?
Well, you know, I was in the infantry in the Second World War, and it was a tremendous education, the camaraderie that you have with your fellow soldiers. They become your family, you know, and you're going to be surrounded by a lot of friendship, believe me.
Thank you.
So it'll be great training for you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. And thank you in advance for your service to our country. We appreciate your sacrifice. And when we come back, you're going to get to watch Tony and Talia perform. How's that?
It's excellent.
This is a good send-off, right?
Yes.
To be all that you can be.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll hear them perform right after this.
Let's fire up the...
Tony Bennett has recorded a new album called Viva Duets with some of the biggest names in Latin music like Marc Anthony, Gloria Estefan, Christina Aguilera, and Talia is definitely one of them with more than 40 million albums sold. Talia, welcome and congratulations. Your album came out today and it's #1 on Amazon.
Yes, and iTunes today. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. What was it like when you got tapped by Tony and he called and said, Talia, will you do this with me?
One of those moments that you dream your whole life. You know, seriously, like, I love his music, your voice, your talent. And then the honor that you're singing with all of us, all the Latin singers, all these people that really admire your music and your voice, and suddenly you're singing with us and embracing our culture is amazing. And I was like, thrilled, and I was like, of course, when? Tell me when I'll be there to sing with him.
Well, the end product is beautiful, and you're going to sing it for us today. It's one of my personal favorites. So, Talia and Tony Bennett, take it away.
Cuando me sienta tan mal, cuando no haya paz, pensa en tu amor y en la manera en que esta noche tú te ves.
Oh, but you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight.
Tus palabras, tierna pasión, quitan de miel temor.
And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never, never change.
Keep that breathless charm, won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight.
With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart.
Y esa brisa, risa de mar, llena mi corazón. Lovely, never, never change, no.
Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight.
Want to give your family more
The ranch leaves my skin dry. So a big thank you to Sally Field, Talia, beautiful as always, and of course the timeless Tony Bennett, one of my favorite people. You are all going home with Tony's new CD, Viva Duet, as well as a copy of his new book, Life is a Gift. And if you'd like to read a chapter of the book and maybe even get a free copy, go to katiecouric.com. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Tony.